Let's make my herbal hair oil for hair growth. I'm going to start with amla. So this is an important ingredient you cannot miss. A lot of the Indian hair oils that work really good contain amla, so it's very trusted. Now, this one is already in a powder. You can buy it in a powder form, or you can buy it as dried, in a dried form, and then you can just powder it yourself. So I'm just gonna add one generous teaspoon of this, teaspoon of amla, we're then going to add fenugreek, hibiscus leaves, hibiscus, now there's no measurement, like I just measure with my eye. Feel like I need more hibiscus, I'll add 2 spoons. Now we're gonna add a few cloves. I'm gonna add roughly, like, not a lot because this is super strong. Just gonna add, like, I guess 10 cloves. And this is curry leaves that I dried. It's a lot of curry leaves. There's no really measurement, just measure with your eye. I'm gonna add as much as I can fit in here. I'm also drying, it's dehydrating in my air fryer. You can dry it in the sun, or you can use an air fryer to dehydrate it. My air fryer has a dehydrating setting, which I've never used, and I tried it with this curry leaf and it did a pretty good job. So now I'm dehydrating something that's the main secret ingredient. Stay tuned to find out. The secret ingredient is vellare. The secret ingredient is vellare. I think it's called penny's-wort in English. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I just got a handful of this and I'm dehydrating it in the air fryer. You can also sun dry it. I'm not sure how long that would take, but you just need it dry, because if it's if it's fresh and you're leaving it in the oil, it might get moldy. So you want to take out all the moisture and only use dry ingredients. So yeah, make sure you dehydrate or dry out your herbs before you make your hair oil, or just buy it in its dry form. Since we had this fresh, I'm gonna dehydrate it and then add it to the oil. So while we wait for the vellare or the penny's-wort to finish dehydrating, I'm going to add in the oil in the bottle that I'm going to store the oil. I'm going to store it in this glass bottle, and it's also going to be double boiled on the stove. So please use a heat safe glass. Just using coconut oil as my carrier oil. I found coconut oil works best with my curly hair. Some hair types don't go well with coconut oil, but my hair loves to eat. My hair devours the coconut oil, so we're gonna use that. This is a Costco coconut oil. Sorry, not Costco, Walmart coconut oil. It's my first time getting the Walmart coconut oil. I usually get the coconut oil from Costco, but coconut oil is coconut oil, so we're gonna use it. So I'm gonna make a lot of oil because the woman in my family be stealing my oil, so I'm trying to make this at least once a month, so it should last me a month, maybe even 2 months. But if my mom and my sister and my niece, I think my vellare is finished air frying because I hear it getting cooked. So we have a special guest that just woke up from her nap. So this is the coconut oil that we're going to use. Set this aside. Now let me show you the vellare that I just dehydrated in the air fryer. Whoa. So I only put a handful. It was a lot when it was fresh, and obviously when you dehydrate it, only a little comes out. So how can I show you guys? Just hold it in my hands. So this is the vellare that's dehydrated. It only takes like 15 minutes in the air fryer versus like a day out in the sun, right? So when you get an air fryer, make sure it has a dehydrating setting. Some of the leaves fell in, so we're just gonna add that in. Okay, now that the air fryer is done, Anu, do you want to have some food? I'll make you some food after, okay? So this is my spice grinder. So I'm gonna now blend all of this into a fine powder. You guys saw me put everything inside. Now let's make it into a fine powder. So this is overflowed, so hopefully nothing explodes out, Anu. The water that I started to boil is fully boiled, so we gotta do this quickly. So we're gonna, don't be scared, Anu, it's gonna make a sound. Wow, we made a nice powder. Wow, the volume, it like decreased half in size. It was a full cup. Bro, I thought that was smoke. It's just the spices. So it was up here, as you guys see. Now it's like half the cup. So this is what we're gonna add to the oil. It is, let me take you guys to better lighting. Okay, so it's spicy, right? So this is the spice that we made. It smells good. I'm pretty, oops. So, okay. So we're gonna add the spice into the coconut oil. Oh, I can probably do this with 2 hands, but I spilled some. Uh-oh. Okay, let's use a spoon. Just gonna add the spice into the coconut oil. So you can add the spices as a whole with the coconut oil, but I think when you blend it in a powder, it infuses into the oil much better. Close this up and we're going to double boil this. No need to stir it or anything because it's gonna all get mixed in when you put in the water. So I have some water boiling right now, so I'm just gonna add it into the water now, and we're gonna let her sit for about 20 minutes and let the oil all seep in. Okay? This is the oil that I made, and I'm gonna let this sit for 2 days. Hey, come on in. Okay, wait, let me get off. So the herbs are still gonna be in this oil for another 2 days, just because I want it to be enriched in the oil. I can take it out now, but I don't know. I just feel like it wants to be in.